Ian, when I asked you to describe Melissa, you said Melissa is loving, Melissa is dedicated, she's humorous, she's resilient. Melissa, you described Ian as loyal, Ian is affectionate, Ian is supportive. Melissa and Ian, you remind us that the ability to love is the very best part of our humanity. And we know that we all have our love stories. Now, some of the love stories here are a little bit longer, and some of these stories are a little bit shorter. But the story that we're here for is Melissa and Ian's story. So friends, a question is raised, and that question is this: how did these two find each other? And how did they fall in love? And how did they choose to spend the rest of their lives together? Well, I'd like to share a true version of how this all happens. And this love story begins when Melissa and Ian's worlds collide on the digital landscape of their phone screens.
Melissa, from the moment you walked into my life, you felt like home. Not the quiet kind, but the kind filled with laughter, noise, and a whole lot of love. I promise to love you in big moments and small. On beach days with sandy feet and sunburnt faces, cooking at home, or just being together on the ordinary Tuesday that end up meaning the most. I promise to be your partner, your teammate, and your calm when life feels loud. To cheer you on, just like we cheer from the boys on the sidelines of all their games. I promise to love you and the boys as my own, to be there at every game, to guide them, protect them, laugh with them, and always make sure they know they are loved and never alone. To promise to build a life with you, or I promise to build a life with you, rooted in family, faith in each other, and the kind of love that grows stronger with time. I love that chooses patience, kindness, and commitment every single day. Melissa, I love you and I choose you.
Ian, from the moment you came into my life, there was a calm in your presence, a joy in your laughter, and a kind of love I thought only existed in the stories people told, but never really lived. Then you showed me it was real. You are fun, full of life, you bring laughter into rooms and warmth into people's hearts. You become my best friend, my safe place, my steady ground. You show up for me every day, whether it's in a home-cooked meal made with love, or quietly taking Ashton and Jackson to school so I can rest a little bit longer. You love us not with just grand gestures, but with daily devotion, and that is where forever lives. You didn't just choose me, you chose us. I watched you, day by day, become not just a partner, but a father, not just because you had to, but because your heart led you there. You love our boys with the kind of fierce, gentle love that only the truest fathers can give, and there's nothing more beautiful than watching them look up to you. So today, in front of everyone, I vow this. I vow to never take you for granted, to show up for you with the same steady love that you have always given to us, to laugh with you through the highs and to hold you through the lows, to match your support with my own and your joy with my gratitude, to create a home full of warmth, music, silly dances, and quiet strength. I choose you today, and I'll keep choosing you tomorrow and every day after that. As your wife, as your partner, and as the woman who will love you with my whole heart for the rest of my life.
To your I do's, Ian, I'll ask you first, and you may reply. I do. And he does. Didn't even have to be asked. That's a groom in love, folks. Ian, do you take Melissa to be your wife, to be your life partner and your friend? Will you join her life with yours and share with her all that will be? Laugh with her in joy, comfort her in sorrow, and grow with her in love. Do you promise to honor her and be faithful to her all the days of your life?
I do.
And now Melissa, I'll ask you the same. You may reply, I do. Do you take Ian to be your husband, to be your life partner and your friend? Will you join his life with yours and share with him all that will be? Laugh with him in joy, comfort him in sorrow, grow with him in love. Do you promise to honor him and be faithful to him all the days of your life?
I do.
Well, Melissa and Ian, with your I do's done, you will now exchange rings as a symbol of these promises you're making here today. May these rings always remind you that you are truly one, that you're blessed, that you're chosen for each other, Ian, I invite you to place Melissa's ring as the rings come forward. And we'll give Ian just a moment to place her ring. And then once Ian is ready, I'll invite him to repeat after me. So Ian, I invite you to first place Melissa's ring. And then when you're ready, Ian, I'll invite you to repeat after me. And these words are this: with this ring, I am yours.
I am yours.
Melissa, I invite you now to place Ian's ring. We'll give you a moment to do so. No rush. Plus, it is a great photo op right there. And Melissa and Ian, as you're ready, Melissa, I invite you to repeat after me. With this ring, I am yours. Perfect. Melissa and Ian, you have just exchanged your wedding vows and your wedding rings with each other. Now as you stand hand in hand for another moment longer, take a breath, take a moment, and remember this day, because this is the day that you were married. And as you look out at this great looking group of people, they love you so much. And it is in this atmosphere of love.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Erica, and I have the absolute honor of standing beside Melissa today as her maid of honor. Now, before Melissa could officially date Ian, I had to meet him first. And we actually went to his apartment so I could check him out. And let's be clear, if I didn't give my approval, she was not dating him. So I met Ian, and I watched how he carried himself, how he spoke about Melissa, and how he treated the people around him. And I remember thinking, okay, this one's different. I told her she was absolutely safe to date him. Clearly, my instincts were right.
I've known Ian a long time, right? We've been friends since 7th grade. And when Ian asked me to be his best man, I was honored. I was really honored, but I was like, dang, now I gotta stand next to this ogre his whole time. And it's been a situation our whole life. You know, taking pictures, prom, all that. I gotta stand next to this guy. He towers above me. And so you ask, how do you get this name, the ogre? Right, it goes back. It's a good story. So when we were younger, I was at my friend's house, and Ian was going to come over. And my friend's mom decided to hide all the food away in the fridge. Now, mind you, I'm just sitting there playing video games like, what the heck's going on? So she hides all the food, and I'm like, you know, what's going on? And she's like, Ian's coming over, he's gonna go to the fridge, and he's gonna eat all the food. I'm like, nah, he's gonna hide. Ian's not gonna do that. Sure enough, Ian comes through the door, around the corner, barely says hi, goes straight in the kitchen, into the fridge. Shoveling through the fridge. No joke, right? And then, and he's like, where's the food? And they're like, oh, we're out. There's a cereal up top. You can take yourself a bowl of cereal. And I'm laughing because I'm looking at the mom like, what? There's food in the back. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. So yeah, you know, the ogre, and the elephant's out, you know, he has big ears. That didn't help. But it's funny, you know, we always made fun of his big ears, but the Lord made it with big ears to represent how big his heart is. It really is. It really is, you know.
But now I know a lot of y'all. I am the father of the bride. My name's Mike. And I did promise Melissa. I've done this a few times. Struck 23 minutes, took 10 minutes. Don't get it down real short with that. But when Melissa first told us about Ian, Jimmy Sue and I were at a Willie Nelson concert. And they said, oh, we'll be there. Well, it was one of those nights in Florida when it's 38 degrees. It's the Titusville, it's outside, it's raining, mud. Where the hell are they? So they finally show up, they pop in there. Ian in 3 minutes, as loud as could be, he told me his whole life history. This is it. I'm looking at Jimmy Sue like, what the hell did he say? His name is what, Ian? Okay, did he make up that name? But no, really, he is a good guy. And we've had some experiences together. Anytime I do anything, he's right there.
Well, Melissa and Ian, that does bring us now to this very important moment, because it is with great joy here in front of the friends and family that love you so much, by the authority vested in me by the state of Florida, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Ian, we've been waiting for it. You may kiss your bride.